Hi, I'm Jack Canfield, co-author of the best-selling Chicken Soup for the Soul books. It was always my dream to write a best-selling book that would make a difference in the lives of others.
Jack Canfield was an image from a distance at one point. He was this icon to me of something to aspire to. And so I watch him from a distance at different conferences that I would then go to.
By applying these principles, I've created a life that's phenomenal. The Guinness Book World Record for having 7 books on the New York Times bestseller list on the same day.
And so when I got the phone call that said, Jack Canfield would like for you to consider being the co-author of Chicken Soup for the African American Soul, I was like, no way. I was like, thank you so much, but I'm really, really busy right now. I was like, I'm not a writer, I'm an orator. I'm a linguistic specialist. And I would say that. They waited a month, called me back. Thank you so much, I'm grateful, but I'm an orator, not a writer. I'm a linguistic specialist. They waited a month. They called me back again a third time. Miss Nichols, Mr. Canfield thinks that you will be great. I was like, tell him I said thank you. But I'm an orator, not a writer. I'm a
linguistic specialist.
Right, I had it down, right? And on the 5th call, she disrupted me. She said, Miss Nichols, I know, don't tell me, you're an orator, not a writer. You're a linguistic specialist. She says, but I've looked at the work you've done with Motivating the Teen Spirit and you seem like you're smart. That's what you're doing. What? The ego, she like triggered the ego. And I was like, I am smart. She was like, well, I don't understand why you are declining this invitation. And the truth jumped out. I said, I'm scared. Whew. See, I got to fail in English. And my English teacher told me I was the weakest writer she had ever met in her entire life. And I had vowed, no one will ever put that many red marks on anything I ever do again. And I will never give anyone a chance to judge me like that again. I didn't even know it was still in me. I didn't know it was still driving me. I didn't know. And I just was honest with her. I said, I don't know where to put the period. I'm a run-on sentence mama. And she said to me, I'm a profound writer and editor. And if you agree to tell a great story, I'll agree to never allow you to be embarrassed. I didn't realize what I needed was team. I thought, belief system, I gotta do it all myself. And so we entered into this amazing relationship. And so that book was one of the highest launches in the history of Chicken Soup up to that time. While I was still on tour, I got the contract to write Chicken Soup for the African American Woman Soul before I even returned home. And I accepted and did that one. And then he invited me to be a part of the Transformational Leadership Council. And he wanted me to see my other unicorns. And he invited me to this council with all of these brainchild people. I felt like I was on the wrong invitation list because they were all so smart. And then Rhonda Byrne shows up at one of our events and she's talking about this thing, The Secret and Law of Attraction, and I don't understand either one. She goes, I'd like you to be in it. I'm like, ruh-roh, because I have no idea what she's talking about. I don't have no idea about no law of attraction, no secret, and I can barely understand what you're saying. She goes, no, we need to interview you. So I go on Google, because everything's on Google, and I type in secret. What was the problem? It ain't out yet, because we making it. Am I looking? Right. When I sat down in the chair to be interviewed, and for the entire 2 hours and 15 minutes, I had no idea what the secret was. I was like, I'm gonna answer the question. I'm just gonna speak my truth.
I said, God, just let my truth come through me. So what you saw on The Secret was me surrendering to what I didn't know and what I knew I knew. I know how to do me. I know how to love me. And all of a sudden, a year later, Rhonda calls me and says, we got a lot of requests for you. Could we do a reshoot and have more of you? They came out to California and we shot for 8 hours. And I was in the first version of The Secret 4 times. And then they did a redo and I was in the second version 19 times.
When I tell you my life took off and I spent maybe 12 to 14 years just trying to catch up to my brand, catch up to the impact I was having on people, trying to identify what was it, because it was never a shtick. It was never a system. It was never a strategy. It was a being. And so I was trying to understand the being so I could understand how to get in front of it, how to be responsible for it. And at the core, it was people fell in love with my truth because my truth gave them permission to see, touch, and embrace their truth.